Thank you, Rafa. Hi, Jason.
Hi there, how are you?
Good. What are your takeaways? What are the positives from this match versus a strong team like Columbus Crew in the first match of this 2022 Carolina Cup?
Yeah, a lot of positives, a lot of really, really strong positives in my opinion. I think defensively we were very solid throughout the majority of the match. I think towards the end of it, you saw after we made so many changes and had so many different people in some different positions, we saw some chaos, a little bit of chaos. I think that's what led to allowing the goal that ultimately equalized the game. But we had to make some adjustments because we have an injury with Victor early in the game that we weren't planning on. He was actually scheduled to play 90 minutes, so we were scrambling to get people just to fill the positions to get us through the 90 minutes. So ultimately, the result's not the most important thing. The performance is, and there's just a lot of positives to draw out of that.
Next question, Franco, then Jose.
Thanks, Rafa. Hey, Jason. Sorry I missed you the other day in the press conference at the stadium, but just building off of that. What did you think of the defensive side of things today? You guys, especially in the first half, even when you guys didn't have possession, kept them from really creating much. And obviously, like you said, at the end they get the equalizer when the game's pretty much a little bit more open. So many changes in the game that impacts.
Yeah, I think I think if we had to say what was the biggest highlight for us, I would say it was just how stable, how solid we looked defensively without the ball. So that's always fruitful as a coach when you put so much emphasis as we have over the past several weeks on what we're doing without the ball. We felt like last year we were a team that was just ultimately giving up way too many goal scoring chances against us. So I think we're going to see major improvement on that. Typical as well that's it's what you do with the ball that comes later and later. You need more time to get the players to understand exactly what you're looking for, but also understand each other and the habits that they may have. So that'll be an area as we move forward and get ready for this, our first real game against Chicago, that we're probably going to put a little more emphasis on.
Next question, Jose.
Hi, Jason. I wanted to ask you about a connection moving forward between Lassiter and Higuain. It seems like it's something that's been working for you guys since the start of camp in preseason. Can you talk a little bit about it and how you can see that evolving?
Yeah, I think it's a really nice partnership actually, because what you have in Gonzalo is somebody that ultimately wants to come to the ball more often than he wants to run away from it. And Ariel is a player that will probably tends to be more inclined to run behind the line. And so it makes for a nice combination. And you see when we have Gonzalo on the ball, the quality that it can give us in the final third with some of his pass selection. Although I would say in the first half, there were some opportunities for him to be probably a little bit more decisive on it. We had DeAndre making some really nice runs behind the line that I think he kind of missed, but I think Gonzalo will regain that sharpness. And finally, for the goal, it was a fantastic run by Ariel and a fantastic pass by Gonzalo to create that goal scoring chance. So yeah, I think there's some nice combinations there happening.
Next question, Michelle, then back to Franco.
Hello, Jason. Thank you for your time. What would you say is the biggest concern that the coaching staff has? The thing that you need to work on the most between now and February 26th?
For me, it's everything really. I don't feel that there's one particular area that I'm saying this really concerns us. I think that we're concerned with trying to get all the details right and really have the players understand exactly what we're looking for. I would say, there's a little bit of thought right now about having a few too many guys out injured. And so that's something that's on our minds is how can we get these guys back fit and how can we keep them fit throughout the season? Because my experience tells me in MLS that oftentimes the teams that do the best are the ones that keep their players fit for the most time.
Go back to Franco and then last question, Jose.
Thanks again, Rafa. Jason, you just beat me to the punch with the injury subject there. But if I could quickly ask you about Victor, what is he dealing with? I'm sure he has a scan, or you guys have to look at it more thoroughly. But what is he dealing with? And if you could just touch on Damian Lowe's performance there as the middle center back of the back five, thought he was really, really good today.
Yeah, so Victor's, just complained of some calf tightness, really just based on his behavior and based on how he felt. We don't think it'll be anything serious. We have to be very hopeful. And I think we can feel pretty confident that he caught it before it turned into any type of strain. So hopefully that'll be a very short-term situation. And then with Damian, I think he was fantastic. Been really, really impressed with what he's brought to our team on the field, but also what he's brought to the team from an off the field sort of perspective with his leadership and communication. So really happy to see him perform the way he did today, and to see him get 90 minutes, I think was good.
Last question, Jose.
Thanks again, Rafa. Jason, I'm grateful I got another chance because I wanted to ask you about Noah. I mean, you get an opportunity as to a young player. I mean, I'm guessing this is not something that, you thought overnight. It's something that the coaching staff has been able to see from this young guy throughout camp. So can you talk a little bit about the thought process of giving him an opportunity today?
Yeah, you're certainly right. This isn't an overnight decision. It wasn't something that we flipped the coin on. Uh, but truthfully, Noah's somebody that we've been watching now for the past couple of years. I coached him in the USL team a couple of years ago and was really, really impressed with what I saw from him there. And before that, actually, the first ever Inter Miami Academy trip was to South Korea, and he was there as the youngest player that was there, and really, really impressed me. So I think Noah's got a tremendous future and a tremendous bright side and tremendous potential. So really happy that we were able to get him an opportunity with what's looking like our strongest group right now against a very, very strong team in Columbus, because that gives us an opportunity to evaluate him in this league. It's all well and good to do very well in USL League One over the last couple of years, but we need to see what that looks like against MLS competition. So I think it was a tremendous opportunity for him, and I think he did a fantastic job.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.